Hi everyone, I am Prasad. Welcome to Professor Sparks channel. Let's go to solve some problems. 2 point charges 2c minus 2c are placed at a distance minus 1 meter and 1 meter from the origin on x-axis. 1 coulomb charge is placed at root 3 meter on y-axis. Third charge 2 coulomb is placed where so that 1 coulomb is in equilibrium. 2 coulomb minus 2 coulomb is placed at the distance minus 1 meter from origin. On y-axis at a distance root 3 meter 1 coulomb is placed. The third charge 2 coulomb is placed where? So that is the question. So we don't know exactly position of the 2 coulomb. So that 1 coulomb is in equilibrium. So that is the clue. 1 coulomb is in equilibrium means total force on 1 coulomb should be 0. See here, force 1 coulomb is affected by 2 coulomb, minus 2 coulomb and 2 coulomb. We don't know exactly position of 2c, but we know the positions of these one. So total force on 1 coulomb by 2 coulomb plus force on 1 coulomb by minus 2 coulomb plus force on 1 coulomb by 2 coulomb should be 0. We know the exact position of 1c, 2c, 1c and 2c, but we don't know exactly position of 2c. So to find the distance, first you find the force between 1c and 2c. So this is exactly equivalent to opposite two forces of the resultant of these two forces. Force on 1 coulomb by 2 coulomb, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by what is the distance between 2 coulomb and 1 coulomb. So this is distance. This is the right angle and this is 1 meter and this is the root 3. So this is the distance. Distance is nothing but here hypotenuse. So we know hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. So d square is equal to side 1 square plus root 3 whole square. Root 3 whole square is 3, 1 square is 1. So d square is equal to 4, d is equal to 2. So d is equal to 2. So 1 into 2 by 2 square. Square is 4, 2 1s are 2. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught by 2, that is 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught. I considered 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught as a p for convenient. Force on 1 coulomb by minus 2 coulomb. So here this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 coulomb into minus 2 coulomb by 2. So 2 square, that is 4. 2 by 4, that is 1 by 2. 2 into 4, that is 1 by 8. So that is p. We don't take here minus because minus represent the direction. Here we required only magnitude. Let's go to about the directions. 2 coulomb, 1 coulomb repels along this direction. Minus 2 coulomb, 1 coulomb attracts along this direction. So these are two directions of two forces whose magnitudes are P and P. See what is the angle here. So what is the angle between two force vectors? External angle of this triangle, we know external angle is equal to sum of opposite two internal angles. So these are two internal angles. So both are equal. So what is this angle? Look here. So this is the right angle triangle. So the opposite side is root 3, adjacent side is 1. So tan of that is root 3 by 1. So angle is 60 degrees. So here, so this is 60 and this is 60, 60 plus 60, that is 120. So two vectors making an angle 130 degrees on 1 coulomb. Two vectors, that is P and P, make an angle 120 degrees on 1 coulomb. So what is the resultant magnitude? Resultant is square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos 120. Cos 120, that is equal to cos 90 plus 30. Cos 90 plus 30, that is minus sin 30 minus 1 by 2. So this is minus 1 by 2 plus into minus, that is minus 2 cancel. So p into p square cancel, root p square, that is p. So what is the resultant vector here? That is p. What is the direction of resultant vector? Look here, two forces vectors are same, so resultant is exactly diagonal of the parallelogram between two vectors, so which makes an angle exactly same for both two vectors, so that is 60 degrees. So this is x-axis, make an angle 60 degrees, vector make an angle 60 degrees with a resultant vector. So resultant vector should be parallel to the x-axis. This parallel line to the x-axis, y-ordinate should be root 3. So what is the 1 coulomb is a equilibrium, so force on 1 coulomb should be 0. So resultant vector of these two forces is along this direction. So force on 1 coulomb by third charge, that is 2 coulomb, should be opposite direction to this one, and magnitude is equivalent to resultant force. So 2 coulomb repels 1 coulomb, so 2 coulomb should be placed towards this side. Suppose this is at a distance x from 1 coulomb. See, force on 1 coulomb by third charge 2 coulomb should be equivalent to the magnitude of resultant vector, that is p. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 into 2 by distance is x square is equal to p. So p is nothing but 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught. 5 epsilon naught cancel, 4 1 ja, 4 2 ja. So x square is equal to 2 2 ja 4, implies x is equal to 2. So what is the ordinate of x-axis? That is 2. Y-ordinate is root 3. So the position of 2 coulomb is 2 comma root 3. So that is answer. Okay, so the position of 2 coulomb is 2 comma root 3. Then 1 coulomb is in equilibrium. 3 charges are q, which are the position on x-axis at 0, d and 2d respectively. If the mass of q is m and q is displaced very little distance from the stable position along the x-axis, is the charge oscillated? If it is oscillated, what is the time period and angular frequency of oscillation? From data, see, big Q, small q and big Q are positioned at 0, d, 2d on the x-axis. 2 charges are same, and third charge is exactly middle between 2 charges, so distance is same. Suppose this is the left q, this is the right q. Left q repels q along this direction, right q repels along this direction. So q is in equilibrium. So this is the point, is equilibrium point. Now q is displaced. Q is displaced very little distance, that is the x, towards the left side q. Then from ql it become a distance d minus x. From qr distance become d plus x. Force on small q by left side q is more compared with the right side q, because it is very nearer to the left side q. Hence net force should we get toward the right side, that means towards equilibrium point. Q is moving toward the right side. Due to inertia, it's come to the right side, up to a distance x. Now force of right side q on q is more compared with the force on q by left side q. Then net force direction is towards the q, towards the equilibrium point. So again charge is moving towards this equilibrium point. Force is always towards fixed equilibrium point. That equilibrium is said to be stable equilibrium. And also force is nothing but ma is always towards the fixed point. So that is the one condition for simple harmonic motion. And another of simple harmonic motion condition is a is directly proportional to minus x. For proof a is equal to proportional to minus x, you should find net force on charge. Suppose charge is at this the position, so which is at a distance d minus x from, suppose I take this positive direction, q force on q by left side charge q, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by d minus x whole square. Force on q by right side q, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by d plus x whole square. F net is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by d minus x whole square minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by d plus x whole square, because these two forces are in opposite direction. So here we get the minus and towards this direction, and direction of the force is towards this. So this direction is positive and the direction is negative. So we get F net is negative. That is equal to, look here, in both terms q by 4 pi epsilon naught is the common. That is 1 by d minus x whole square minus 1 by d plus x whole square. That is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught. See, d minus x whole square into d plus x whole square. So this is d plus x whole square minus d minus x whole square. q by 4 pi epsilon naught. See, d plus x whole square into minus d minus x whole square. Finally we get, so that is 4dx by d minus x whole square plus d plus x whole square. So both have common whole square. D minus x into d plus x. So that is d square minus x square. See, x is very little distance compared with the d. Then x square is very less compared with the d square. So x square is negligible. So d square whole square, that is d power 4. D power 4 cancel, then we get d cube, 4 cancel. F net is equal to ma minus a is equal to q by m pi epsilon naught d cube into x. That implies a is equal to minus q by m pi epsilon naught d cube into x. See here, these all are constant terms. So here a proportional to minus x. So this is definitely to execute simple harmonic motion. Is the charge oscillated? Yes, charge is oscillated because we get a proportional to minus x and direction of a is always toward the fixed point. So these two conditions satisfied for the condition of simple harmonic motion. If it is oscillated, what is the time period? See here, what we get the equation, a is equal to minus q by m pi epsilon d cubed into x. You know, a is equal to minus omega square x. Simple harmonic motion. Compare this equation a and xx. See what is the omega square here? Omega square, that is equal to q by m pi epsilon naught d cube. So omega is equal to square root q by m pi epsilon naught d cube. So this is angular frequency. This is angular frequency. Time period, that is equal to 2 pi by omega. So 2 pi by square root q cube by m pi epsilon naught d cube. Then t is equal to 2 pi square root m pi epsilon naught d cubed by q cube. So this is the time period. So this is the time period and this is the angular frequency. So what is the frequency of oscillation? That is frequency is equal to 1 by t, that is 1 by 2 pi square root of inverse of this fraction, that is q cube by m pi epsilon naught d cube. Which are the positions on the x-axis at a 0d and 2d respectively if the mass of the q is m and q is displaced very little distance from the stable position along the y-axis? Is the charge oscillated? If it is oscillated, what is the time period, angular frequency of oscillation? See here, from data, q, small q and big Q positions are 0, d, 2d on x-axis. Now q is displaced, it is little displaced along the y-axis, let it is the y. Now the position of the small q is here. Q repels q along this direction. This q repels along this direction. Net force is along this direction. So charge is moving along this. Now return back to the equilibrium point. So this type nature is called unstability. Unstability means net force direction is not towards the fixed point. That is equilibrium point. So that type of stability is called instability. So here charge is not oscillated. Force direction is not towards the equilibrium position. F is equal to ma. So here acceleration direction is not toward the fixed point. So it does not execute simple harmonic motion. So answer is no oscillated. For instability, equilibrium potential energy is maximum, stability equilibrium potential energy is minimum. Three charges q, minus q and q which are positioned on x-axis at 0d and 2d respectively if the mass of minus q is m and minus q is displaced very little distance from stable position along the x-axis. If the charge oscillated, if it is oscillated, what is the time period and angular frequency of oscillation? From data, q minus q plus q are at the position 0, d, 2d. Left charge q minus q attracts towards side. Right side q attracts minus q towards its side. So here equal distance, so total force is 0. So q is in equilibrium. Now minus q is displaced from its position. Suppose it is distance x towards the left side charge. Then see here attraction force on minus q by left side q is more. Force on minus q by right side q. So F net is towards this side. So F net is not towards the equilibrium point. F net direction is not towards the fixed point. So acceleration direction is not towards fixed point. Then it is not execute simple harmonic motion. So it is not oscillated. Next question. Three charges q, minus q and q which are the position on the x-axis 0, d and 2d respectively if the mass of minus q is m and minus q is displaced very little distance from stable position along the y-axis if the charge is oscillated. If the charge oscillated, if it is oscillated, what is the time period and angular frequency of oscillation? The positions of big Q, minus Q, big Q are given at the positions are 0, d and 2d. Minus Q is in equilibrium point. Minus Q is displaced along the y-axis. So suppose it is the y. Now the position of the minus q is this one. So what is the distance here? D. So distance here also D. This q minus q attracts along this direction. This plus q minus q also attracts along this direction. So these two forces are equal in magnitudes. So resultant vector should be along this direction. So net force. So net force direction is towards fixed point. So direction is towards fixed point. So it executes. So it is satisfied one condition of simple harmonic motion. So other condition is what? A proportional to minus x CR. So to prove this one, first you take net force. Force on minus q by q, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q minus q, see I don't take here minus because I want to only magnitude q into q. So what is this displacement? See, this is a hypotenuse and this is a d and this is the y. So this is square root of d square plus y square. So distance is square root of d square plus y square, d square. So whole square. See, square cancel. So we get this is 1. Another force, that is force on minus q by q, that is also 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q cube by d square plus y square. This is the force and this is the force. These two forces acting to theta, definitely this become angle is theta. So these magnitudes are same. Suppose this is the P and P, two forces P and P making an angle theta, then resultant vector is square root P square plus 2 into P cos 2 theta. Okay, that is equal to P square plus P square, that is 2P square plus 2P square cos 2 theta. Look here, in both terms 2P square is a common. So suppose we take the common, then we get 1 plus cos 2 theta. 1 plus cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta, 2 into 2, that is 4. Root 4 is 2, root p square is p, root cos square theta, that is cos theta. So resultant vector is 2p cos theta, resultant of two forces is 2p cos theta. See here, what is the cos theta? From this triangle, cos theta is equal to, that is y by hypotenuse square root of d square plus y square. So this is y by square root d square plus y square. See here, that implies 2. What is the p? That is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q cube by d square plus y square into cos theta y by square root d square plus y square. See, square root d square plus y square is nothing but whole power 1 by 2. So this is whole power 1 plus 1 by 2. That is 3 by 2. Look here, y is less than d, then y square is less than d square. So y square is negligible. So d square whole power 3 by 2. So that is 2 cancel. So we get d cube. So 2 1s are 2 2s are. These are all the constant terms. So F net, that is equal to 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught q cube by d cube into y. In the diagram, so this is displaced along this direction. So this is positive, but F net is downward. Okay, F net is downward. So that is minus. So this is a minus. F net is nothing but MA. That implies A is equal to minus 1 by 2m pi epsilon naught 1 into q cube, that is q cube into y. So this is A is equal to Here these are all constant terms, so a proportional to minus y. So this is a condition for simple harmonic motion. Minus q is oscillated about mean position. So we know a is equal to minus omega square y. These two equations comparison, then we get omega square is equal to q by 2m pi epsilon naught, hence omega is equal to square root q by 2m pi epsilon naught. So this is the angular frequency of oscillation. So what is the time period? Time period, you know, 2 pi by omega, so that is 2 pi by square root q by m 2m pi epsilon naught. So let's go to then 2m pi epsilon naught by q. So this is the time period.